Mr. Chairman, a very simple amendment. This simply just prevents the funds from being used to divert vital resources to an unneeded federal courthouse in Los Angeles. I have the distinct privilege of chairing the Subcommittee on Economic Development, Public Buildings, and Emergency Management. In this capacity, I have oversight over the federal courts. Last Congress, at the request of this subcommittee, the GAO completed a review of the 33 courthouses constructed between 2000 and 2010. What the GAO found was incredible. GSA has built over 3.5 million square feet of court space that we don't need at a cost of $800 million. As a result, the judiciary abandoned existing courthouses across the country and severely underutilizes every single new courthouse. The GAO identified 3 reasons. First of all, when GSA is not busy taking vacations in Las Vegas, they continue to build bigger courthouses than Congress authorizes.
I would ask the gentleman to specify that he had 2 amendments published, amendment number 27, and a new amendment was offered to the chair. Could the gentleman from California specify in particular what exact amendment he is referring to?
Yes. It is the new amendment that we're asking to have considered that corrects a technical correction.
That is the amendment that was reported by the clerk. The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As I was saying, the GAO identified 3 different reasons. GSA continues to build courthouses bigger than what Congress authorizes. Congress authorizes one thing, and then GSA goes out and builds not only something completely different, but much bigger at a much greater expense. Number 2 is we don't have the judges that were once proposed. And judges, third of all, they don't share courtrooms. These courtrooms get used about 2 hours a day, and we don't have any courtroom sharing across the nation that we could be utilizing these courthouses quite a bit more than what they are today. As a result, we demanded the judiciary conduct a real courtroom sharing study so that a third party could figure out how many judges are. And over the last 11 years, the judiciary projected there would be somewhere between 72 and 81 judges in L.A. by 2011. The judiciary declared L.A. the #1 judicial space emergency in the United States and proposed a massive, huge new courthouse. However, today we know the primary justification for an L.A. courthouse was wrong. There are fewer judges in L.A. today than there were in 1997. Today we have 2 buildings with 61 courtrooms and 59 judges. We have 61 courtrooms and only 59 judges, no courtroom sharing, being utilized less than 2 hours a day. In that light, I've asked GSA to stop its plans to spend $400 million on a courthouse in Los Angeles. GSA has told me explicitly that they will continue the project at whatever cost. After building a $400 million courthouse, we will have 85 courtrooms and 59 judges. 85 courtrooms and 59 judges. All of these judges, not only do we not only need less courtrooms, we don't need to build this one that we currently are proposing to build. You could put all of these judges in one courthouse, sell off the other courthouse, and never build the one that's being proposed at $400 million. We've seen this before at least 7 times in other cities where new courthouses were built and the old ones sit vacant today. A burden to the taxpayer and eyesores to the community. Big courthouse in Miami sitting vacant. One being redone in New York, vacant. And yet we want to spend $400 million on something we don't need in Los Angeles. I personally toured the LA courthouse facilities and found there is vacant space currently not being used in both the Roybal building as well as the Spring Street building. GAO ran a sharing model for LA and found that all the judges could fit in the Roybal building alone. This country's in a $15 trillion debt, and GSA continues to waste millions of dollars on projects that no one needs. What we do need is to move everybody into the Roy Ball building, get rid of the vacant space, and sell off the other courthouse. At a time like this, we should be utilizing the best use of taxpayer dollars. Mr. Speaker, this is why I introduced the Civilian Property Realignment Act, to get this out of the hands of the legislature, to make sure that we're actually selling off properties we don't need. We've sold 82 properties over the last decade, and we have 14,000 that are sitting on the vacant list. We can do a much better job, but it starts right here with the LA courthouse. Before we can sell off the things that we don't need, we ought to stop building the things that we don't need. Sell off the property. We can create jobs by letting the private sector go there and build something to get out of a lot of the lease space that we have in the LA area.
What purpose does the gentleman from Pennsylvania